Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back Washington Ohi Day Foundation President and Founder, Andy Manatos.
Before we show the next video, I wanted to mention a couple of things to you that most people are unaware of. Just prior to Ohi Day, when Greece was deciding how they were going to respond to this challenge, this request for surrender, think of what the world situation was at that time. Germany had a pact, a non-aggression pact with Russia, so that was not a threat. America was neutral, as all the rest of the world was neutral. Germany had crushed 15 countries, including France, which at the time was the most powerful military in the world. All that was left was Great Britain and its former colonies, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. And Germany had sent Great Britain into an incredible retreat out of France and Belgium to Dunkirk. And they were one day away from literally eliminating the entire military of Great Britain, Hitler was. This is what Greece faced, little Greece, all by itself, with nobody other than Great Britain opposing the Axis forces. And yet they decided to go ahead with Ohi Day and to fight. And I've got to say, I found interesting what the ambassador said today, because I've never heard it before. But he said it was a fight they didn't expect to win. And when you think of those odds, it makes sense. When you think also of what Greece did, if you listen to Stalin or Churchill or even Hitler's own chief of staff, they all say, were it not for Greece, Hitler may well have won the war. And if you study World War II closely, you'll see how very, very close it was to his having won the war. Now, just imagine if that had happened. What would our world be like today had Hitler won that war? I mean, imagine a world without a Jewish community, without LGBTQ community, without, if he conducted himself around the world as he did in Germany, without people outside of Africa with African descent, African background. There would be no people with any disabilities, whether physical or mental. I mean, this was a horrendous thing that this world was facing, and that little Greece happened to be in the right place at the right time and do the right thing. We're very pleased that everyone here is helping tell that story, not only about that incredible courage in World War II and during the Holocaust, but the examples of Ohi courage today, because we're entering an era in this world that is far more dangerous than anything we've been in before. And what we will need more than ever is more of that Ohi courage. The only way that will happen is if you and our national and world leaders retell these stories of courage, of Greece, of other places, but of that courage today. Because that's the only way that we will continue to generate more examples of this kind of courage. It's the only way we will preserve our freedom. And now let's hear from our world leaders who are passing the message on and repeating the story of Ohi courage in World War II and today.